Welcome to Remember 64, where this week we are headed to the pitch on the world stage of sports. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. And hello again if you're a returning listener or viewer. And if this is your first time joining us, hi, how are you? How's it going? Here in Remember 64, we play and discuss the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between in the Nintendo 64's library. My name is David Petrangelo, and I may not be the biggest fan of what a lot of people say is the greatest and best sport in the world, and what seems to be the most played in the world as well. But put me on the pitch, coach, because playing the games, the video games that it's based on, are still a pretty good time. Jiggy, look back. How are you?
I'm better at the Mario one. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I'm better at most of the ones that are not sim-like.
Yeah. The ones that I'm not good at the real thing, and I'm not good
Yes,
at the
that's true.
fake real thing, but I'm good at the fake real thing, you know?
Yes. That's
Yeah.
it's just science, really, is what that
Mhm.
is.
I
That's
was
all.
bound to be
You know
good
what?
at some point down the line, the sillier they made it.
That's right. The more
Mhm.
ridiculous things get, the better we are.
Yep.
Yeah, so we are talking soccer games this week. We are more specifically talking about the EA Sports FIFA games. So there's a decent amount of soccer games on a lot of consoles around this time, especially in the 90s. There was a whole lot of every year you had a new iteration of this, the iteration of that. So we have FIFA 64, we have the FIFA World Cup 98 and FIFA 99, I believe. Are all of them? Yeah, Jiggy has a cartridge there behind him. I do not have any of these physically, but I definitely played them on the EverDrive and on the analog. So we'll talk about those in just a couple minutes. We have a couple things to get through here. One, if anyone has eagerly anticipated who is winning our giveaway from May that I mentioned, which is Mullet Mad Jack, the Steam
Whoa.
giveaway that I had the code for. I asked people to give me some answers on our Rogue Squadron episode on our YouTube page of their favorite Star Wars character. We talked a little bit about it ourselves, and also subscribe to the channel. And all those people were entered into a list. So I am going to actually live spin a wheel with everyone's name on it and announce the winner. I will, of course, still reach out to them. But if you're watching this live or watching the VOD of this and you notice it, hey, you're a winner. But let's pull it up. I'm
Woo!
actually, I've put everyone's name in. I double checked this before. And all of these people not only left a comment, but are subscribers or were added to
Should
subscribers
we
on
should we
that
say the
show.
contenders?
There's a lot of
Every
names here.
single name. Halo
Every
Madness,
single
Brett
name.
Phillips, Snake Mouth, Nostrami, Megadan, that's a funny name, Great
Yeah.
Rathy, Serte Desad, Baki Chan, Pixels Maya, Kiana for the Underground, Laserhusk, U Richie, Farm Kiana, Andre, Joanna Dark, great name,
Yeah.
Dame Armex,
Ar-
Bacon Go,
Armac.
Crazy Snakes. I think that's it, unless there's
I
another
think that's
page.
it.
Okay.
Nice. Look at you railing them off like that.
Yeah, boom, 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 boom. It's easier when you're
Bam,
short
bam,
and
bam.
sweet.
Yeah,
Back
that's right. Yeah,
Chan
without all the
66
numbers
might
and
be my
stuff.
favorite name, though. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Backy Chan.
Backy Chan.
Everyone left. I'm going to go through it in a second of some people's answers of what their favorite characters are, because I think it's always fun to kind of share people's answers. But before that, let's spin the wheel. I have not done this. I literally have had this sitting here for the last several hours when I pulled it all up and entered it in. I'm going to hit spin. I think it spins for
the wheel.
spin the wheel. Big money, big money, big money, big money.
Spin. Ooh, it's very satisfying.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? We'll do it again just because.
Oh!
And Joanna Dark 5556 has won a copy of Mullet Mad Jack on Steam. That was a
Nice.
light right at the end. It switched
Yeah,
over.
I don't know why it switched. That was crazy. Joanna got really lucky.
Very late. That was awesome. Okay, so yeah, Joanna Dark 5556 is our winner for Mullet Mad Jack. I will reach out to you separately on YouTube. I'll try to find you on social media and stuff too to be able to give you the code. I'm going to keep that up for just a second here, and I'm going to find their answer for what their favorite Star Wars character was. Oh, this is a good one. This is one of the ones I was going to read anyway because of the way it was written. Joanna Dark 556 says, Master Yoda, my favorite is.
Yes.
And that
Nice.
gets a little golf clap. That's very good. Very well done. Very well done in character and everything. So, Yoda, your favorite character, which is fantastic. We got a couple choices here. A couple Mace Windu's, which I was a little bit surprised by, but also maybe that's just me not being a prequel person to not have latched
Oh,
onto the
really?
character in the same way. But not that I don't like them. It's more just I'm go down the path of the originals or whatever, right? So a couple Mace Windu's. Lazar Huss says used to be Han Solo, but now it's Din Djarin or the Mandalorian, which is kind of cool. So that's a good little mix there. Couple people said Grogu, which makes sense. Qui-Gon got a couple. Boba Fett got a pick. Darth Maul got a couple as well. So yeah, a couple of those. Brett Phillips, who was entered in this contest here, says Han Solo is my favorite character because Harrison Ford is the GOAT. Hard to argue.
Hard to argue with that.
Hard to argue.
But Darth Maul.
Yeah, so there's a lot of really good choices here. One of the funny ones here. Someone did say C-3PO, so I feel like they're in my corner here. Yeah, that's Crazy Snakes 18 said that. So thank you, Crazy Snakes. Someone said, and I'm going to ask you if you know what this is, but I didn't, being a Star Wars fan. I still didn't know what this meant, but Glup Shido. Any idea? Any idea who that is? Because now I do, but reading that, I didn't.
Glup. Is it, like it's either
GLUP Shido with shit with an O, essentially.
I feel like with that name, is it the monster in the trash chute?
That would make sense. I could check that actually because I have that in that book I was talking about a few weeks ago. I should look that up. Actually, I don't know if they gave it a name or not. So what that was I was like, oh, is this some obscure character that I didn't know from the animated series? Something like that, right? They also say Ahsoka is also one of the
okay, Ahsoka,
so good. Yeah, great choice. Yeah. So Glup Shido apparently is a term that is used in some Star Wars fandoms that refer to a character that may or may not have a name already, that is like a background character, but is brought to the forefront in a game or another show or another movie as like, even if it's a side character, maybe not a main character or whatever. One of the examples I saw was the character, I can't remember his name. I should have left the article up, in episode 1 during the pod race, where his pod racer breaks down like at the starting point and all the little robots come out and try and fix it and stuff. That character is a Glup Shido because he is now a playable character in the upcoming pod race game that's coming out.
Huh.
Does that make sense? Like something like that? Like, however, there's probably like another term for it, but that's the name.
It's a term and not necessarily a specific character.
Exactly. Which is kind of funny. Yeah. I think it was initially attached to someone or some other character at another point, but that's where it came from. And I was like, what is this? Everyone else is giving names I recognize. who is this Glup character? I thought that was interesting.
What is Glup?
When is Glup? General Grievous got a call out too. So there you go. Another one that you love.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cool picks here, but
I like the bad guys.
Yeah, the bad guys. And like I said too, Grievous, we both agree, is just super freaking cool. Like, just awesome.
What's funny is actually growing up, because I mean, I'm a little bit younger than you, and the prequels were like a big deal when I was a kid. I was never a huge Star Wars buff, but I had a lot of friends that their favorite character was Mace Windu.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, a lot of them. Like, I don't know if it's because they liked the purple lightsaber or Samuel L. Jackson, but there's just, I think it was mostly the purple lightsaber. I feel like that made him special.
It did. And I actually think, like, rewatching the prequels, I think I watched them all in order. I must have. About 5-6 years ago or something. It was probably during the pandemic or just before that, around that time. I mean, it's Samuel Jackson. I mean, he's still good anyway. He carries himself cool, like he plays the part well. That probably has something to do with that. And as far as I know, he is sort of in the animated series, I think.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. See, I don't know. I've only watched a dozen episodes, maybe at the most. So
you probably watched more than me. I just know that because I saw a clip of him one time.
It makes sense that he would be, because that's when it takes place, but trying to remember exactly what it was, I don't know. Okay, so that's great. Joanna Dark 5556, congratulations. You are the winner of
Yay.
Mullet Mad Jack, a wild first-person shooter with roguelike mechanics and over-the-top stuff that if you need a wake-up call for a video game, that's the one to play. I'll
It
tell you
looks
that
super
much right now.
cool. Looks
Yeah,
super
it's
cool.
really awesome. And even if it's something that you didn't win and you're interested in the game, I still highly recommend it. It is a lot of fun. I played it on Switch when I reviewed it, when I got the code, and no matter what device you play it on, it even looks really great on a handheld, on a smaller screen too, like colors and everything. It's a really cool game. So, all right, congratulations, everyone! Congratulations!
Sweet.
Yay! We have a
Yay.
winner! Yay! We do have some soccer still to talk about, but as of this recording, we are sitting just a couple hours away from watching the most recent Nintendo Direct. So this is something we kind of have to talk about. There's some links to the N64 that we'll definitely get to for sure, which I'm sure if you're listening or watching this, you know what I'm referring to. But let's chat a little bit about the Nintendo Direct. It was almost an hour long, tons of games. I think 40 something games were shown. Some we already knew about, a lot were new, things were confirmed in some ways, like all that stuff. Jiggy, what'd you think about it overall?
Well, overall, I thought it was. I was in the middle. I was in the middle.
Okay.
I wasn't saying it was great. I definitely did not think it was bad. I was actually really shocked when everyone online seemed to be piling on this was the worst direct ever train. And I was like, "What?" So I made a little image
Yeah,
and I
I'm pulling it
posted
up right now. I gotta find
I
it.
posted it just because I
There
was
it
like,
is.
"Oh, okay." It's the meme for those listening. It's the meme of the guy
Yes.
with like a billion people and he's just making a statement, right? Against the
Yeah.
grain.
A million people in front of him that go so far into the distance they fade away.
Yeah.
And then he's standing right there at the front of the screen and says, I like the Nintendo Direct.
Yeah. It was pretty crazy. Funny enough, my brother actually texted me and I'm gonna read what he said to me because he
Yes,
is
yes.
so full disclosure, he's a major RPG fan. Like those are
Okay.
the games that he loves, and specifically Xenoblade Chronicles. He loves Xenoblade Chronicles.
Ah, yes. I had lots of questions about that while I was watching it. Yeah.
Yeah, so let me see exactly where it is. Because the first text he texted me. Oh, yeah, here it is. So that was just one of the best directs ever. Like the only way they could have made that better is if they announced Smash. I was like, okay. I was like, the beginning was kind of boring, was my response, but I liked a lot that they announced. And he's like, I kind of ignored like 10 minutes around Splatoon, but when the
Mm.
new Xenoblade came out, it shocked me. He's like, I have no idea what was revealed after Xenoblade. Like,
You just blacked out.
he just blacked out. And then he said, oh, wait, Ocarina is definitely the holiday title. And I was like, he came back. But what's funny is then he was like, "Oh yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4 was also like shown," and he got really excited about
Yeah.
that too.
Yeah.
But it was so funny. And then just the final comment. Of course, he saves the Scott the Woz meme that everyone is
Oh.
like. They were sharing it on Twitter, but my brother must have this save on his phone, like specifically for directs, as a response. And then he said, "It's RPG fans versus non-RPG fans. It swaps every direct." I guarantee
Yeah.
half of the mad people you see are obsessed with some kind of platformer. I'm like, what are you trying to say?
What you talk about, Willis?
Yeah, but yeah, he loved it. He absolutely loved it, and I thought there was a lot of cool stuff. I think we were a little shortchanged with the Ocarina of Time only showing like 2
Yeah.
seconds of Link and giving us that little intro. I'm like, they could have shown if they would have shown like a trailer of him like riding Epona or something, just so we can get like a feel for what
Just
the field looks
the
like or something.
the title screen.
Yeah,
Like the title screen from Ocarina is iconic. The music is fantastic. And it's
yeah,
like this vista. It like would have really given you, like you just said, a good sense of what it could look like. And also too, this particular shot that they use, or shots, whatever you want to call it, is that in engine stuff? I have no idea. I'm
I would
assuming,
assume so. We'll see.
I don't know. Nintendo doesn't often just do CG stuff, so I could see that would be what it looks like, which is looks really cool, but
Mhm.
we know nothing. We know nothing. We know nothing.
Yeah,
We
we
just
know
know it's
nothing
coming.
other than it's happening, and it is very cool that it's
Yeah.
happening. And it
Yeah.
does really, really replicate the 3DS with their remake of Star Fox 64 and Ocarina of Time, and then
Yeah, I saw that.
eventually Majora's Mask. And so I'm kind of hoping Majora's Mask also comes. I was kind of hoping too that maybe we would get some sort of like third in that like same, kind of how they remade Link's Awakening and then they gave us
Mhm.
Echoes of Wisdom. I
Mhm.
would love for them to do something like that and make another story within that specific character.
That would be great. Yeah,
That would
that'd
be
be great.
awesome. That's probably asking
Yeah.
too much. They're probably not
The
going to do
Tingle
that.
game is coming? Is that what you're saying?
The Tingle game, yes. I'm trying to think of what he says. I'm forgetting his
Man.
Koolimpa. Koolimpa. And
Could
then he
you
throws
imagine right at the
confetti.
end? And now one more thing, and he just
He pops up. Oh,
yeah, and that's it. End of stream.
yeah. They're prepping some major Zelda stuff though because they have the
They
movie.
didn't. Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah. That's
this
true. I
when
thought
they're gonna have like
maybe
one
that's
direct with like all
yeah.
Zelda stuff, and
Just
that's gonna
Zelda.
be
Yeah. I think.
highlighted. And I bet we'll
Yeah.
get Twilight Princess on NSO too. That's an easy one to just throw up there.
Hmm.
Maybe we'll get that Wind Waker HD like re-released and Twilight Princess re-released. I don't know. It'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. I think. Look, it's exciting. It's great. The game's awesome. Now, like I messaged you a couple hours ago, like now we have to play Ocarina and Zelda games
Yeah.
as quick before this game comes out. Essentially, it's
Yep.
kind of we
Yep.
kind of put a clock on it, especially now. But I think it's still exciting that this is coming. I think I agree. We definitely would have liked to see more, but they're going to do the whole Nintendo thing. I bet in like September we're going to see, like you just said, a Zelda direct, just
Mhm.
like they did with Bonanza. I'm pretty sure, and then they also did it with the Mario movie. They did it with probably Mario Kart or something. Like they're going to do, and that's fine. That's their thing. And that's okay. And then we'll probably have one like third party direct, a week before that or a couple of weeks before that, and then that's what we'll know for the rest of the year. That's probably what's going to
Yep.
happen. That's how they're going to set things up. Look, it's exciting that it's happening. I don't know if they're going to like. My only thing is I would like to see what the gameplay looks like, because is it going to feel like a brand new game, or is it going to keep some of the feel of the original, which I hope it does.
I
There's
would
a way to it's clearly made in like a new engine, just like the Star Fox game is. Which, by the way, just realized that part of the team that made the Star Fox game is from just down the street from where I live.
Oh, nice.
Half the team's in Toronto, half the team's in the New York area, so that's kind of cool. I think they released the company mentioned it today or yesterday or something. And yeah, I don't know if I want it to feel completely different or if I want it to feel exactly the same. I don't know what I want, but I
Mm,
don't know that I want something that is too far away from
yeah.
what the original feels. But maybe that's just me hanging on to like nostalgia that I should not really count on in this
No,
way.
I think I think what we need is what they did with Wind Waker HD, and where it's more or less the controls are the same,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a lot of quality of life updates that make things a little bit snappier, a little bit faster, a
Sure,
little,
sure.
just the button scheme. Like maybe they can adapt that C button menu so that it's more of a quick access. And you don't have to open up your menu and swap, like little things like that.
Maybe it's like a weapon wheel. That would be cool.
Yeah, something
I like
something
weapon
that'll just
wheels.
make it a little bit. I know you do. Who doesn't? Yeah, I think it's gonna be something like that. I think it's gonna be pretty largely faithful to the original. I wonder if it's gonna pull like what they did with Star Fox and give you an option to just use the N64 controller. Like specifically, they're
Oh, that'd
like,
be
you can
great.
play it exactly the same, which is
That'd be
also
great.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's enough. The thing is with the control scheme, it can't be exactly the same, right? Like, I don't know. Like, how many times have we talked about that we've played games that are on NSO that's like, oh, with the joystick, the C buttons don't really feel the same. It doesn't really work the same. If it's
Exactly.
the camera, sometimes it's not so bad if it's exclusively for the camera and stuff, and depending on the game, but it's still different when you press the button than when you
Oh yeah.
accidentally push the stick a little too up, a little bit to the right. Like it's
I
just
did
those things
a
matter.
I did a Banjo Tooie bosses video, and
Yes.
I did a lot of the recording when I was at the beach, and so I brought my laptop and my Switch, and I brought my pro Switch Pro 2, whatever it is, controller,
Controller, yeah.
and I was struggling with the bosses because I would do things like
Mm,
I would try to do the talon shot and I would shoot an egg, or I'd like try
yes.
to aim and then I would do the talon shot and I'd be like, "Come on." It just
Yeah.
never quite, it wasn't like all the time, but it was a good like I would say 40%, which is a significant amount of the time I'm trying to
That's a
use that.
lot. It's still quite a bit.
It was very annoying.
Yeah, so maybe those are things that they can work on and stuff. I don't know. It's hard to say if that's all it's gonna take. I mean, look, if it just looks different, I guess that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess that's okay, but I think we do definitely, at the very least, need some quality of life stuff. I think you're right. I think that's
Yeah.
the bare minimum. Not that there's a ton, because it's not like the game is crappy, doesn't play well, doesn't feel good. Like, there's things like that we don't necessarily need, but maybe there's small stuff that you don't even think about and you go, "Oh yeah, that was easier." Like, not always having to go to the menu, like you say. Like,
Yeah.
that's very, old school design and stuff like that. Load times, if there's anything, I don't know, stuff like that. Like,
There
not
were
load
loads.
times, but I mean like transitions, you know what I mean? Like little things presentation
They
wise.
could
I
do a
don't know.
lot, and they could
Yeah.
expand it. I'm excited to hear that Star Fox evidently had some expansion and more content. We
Yeah.
knew there was gonna be a little bit from what we've seen before,
Yeah, yeah,
but it
yeah.
sounds like there are other planets that
Yeah, it
weren't
sounds like
there
there's at
before.
least, I think 2 is the right. I think 2 I'm thinking of. I think that's what it was. Yeah.
So if there's more
Which,
content, that's pretty dope. I hope they do the
yeah,
same thing, and they probably
yeah.
will.
Or
Make
or
it
stuff
worthwhile.
like, I mean, if we're gonna use Star Fox as an example, we now know that there's context to a bunch of the missions. There's
Yep.
cutscenes and
Yep.
stuff. So we could get definitely way more of that, which I think
Mhm.
would be great in a Zelda game. Um, to me, I don't need a ton of that, because for me, it's about the adventure, not necessarily explaining everything. It's the discovery, it's the dungeons, it's like those things. I'm fine with that. And like I've said before, Zelda franchise to me is like a a series that they're not all linked together. They're
Well,
all
an
separate. So
interesting thing that I talked to my brother about was like, do you think there's
yeah,
gonna be voice acting?
yeah, I do.
Because
Yeah,
that would smooth out a lot of cutscenes that were just text boxes over and over and over, and
that's true.
that's definitely a quality of life thing, I think, and it
Yeah,
depends
yeah.
on who voice acts everything, but
I you know you know what I hope, when you just said that, I was like, yeah, I think so, but I didn't think about this till right now. But I hope everyone is voice acted except for Link. I hope Link doesn't have a voice
he doesn't even say
aside from
anything
his.
in that game.
Yeah,
Not
but
even
but
one
but
time.
but they but in the movie he's going to, right?
Ah!
So yeah, as long as you got the yelps the same, that's fine.
Yeah.
I hope if they voice act everybody, the owl is not voice acted, and you have to go through his thing every time.
Mm,
Just as a little like inside joke kind of thing. I feel like that would be great.
it actually would be pretty great.
It's so funny.
But he goes, "Hoo, hoo."
No, nothing, just
Nothing,
nothing,
nothing
like
at all? Oh,
literally nothing. Yeah, just exactly
man.
like it is.
I want Ganondorf to be voiced by Patrick Warburton,
Oh my god,
just because I
yes.
think that would be so funny. I
Oh, that
just
would
love
be
that guy.
great.
I
Yeah,
love that
he's
guy to death. His
hilarious.
voice just cracks me up.
High five. I think I've said this before on the show, but our son's
Link!
room, our son's room is themed around Kronk. Like
Oh, that's awesome.
the idea of putting woodland animals and
Squeak,
stuff, like sort
squeakity,
of
squeak, squeakity.
squeaking. Like, I bought one of the only Funkos I have. I bought a Funko of him with the outfit. He's got a squirrel on his shoulder and everything. I was like, I have to have this. This is great. I was like, this would be great in his room. It's a toy. It's got an animal on it, all these things. And me and my wife were like, yeah, let's do a woodland animal theme in his room. And that's what we did. And he's on his shelf right near his crib. Like,
Ah,
yeah, it's great. And we're like changing his diaper. He's like, I want to see Kronk. And he's like, got Kronk and trying to take his hat off and it doesn't come off. Like, it's great.
that's
It's,
awesome.
yeah, yeah. I got dad points for that, I think, or at least nerd dad points. Um, Only one of the other things I think that look really great. It's not directly Nintendo, but that Final Fantasy game, 2D,
Yes. Thank you.
looks
I saw
so
that you
cool.
said that on the Discord, and I was like, okay, you are the
Yeah,
only person aside from myself that saw that and was like, that looks dope.
It
Like
does.
it had a really cool. It's an HD 2D remake. It's Final Fantasy Resonance,
Yeah.
and the just
Well,
from
it's
the
not a remake,
trailer.
it's a remake style.
Well,
Is
yeah,
it?
it's a remake style. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's an
Yeah, like
HD
the
two.
art
I
style.
think they call it
Yeah.
an HD 2D. Maybe it's. I thought they said an HD 2D remake is like how they described it, but it's the same thing.
Maybe. Yeah. Yeah.
It looks awesome, and the shot they
Yeah.
showed where it was like it gave you this huge sense of depth, but with that like
Yeah.
2D pixelated style, and I was like, oh, this looks so good, and like no
Yeah.
one talked about that. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I think because you have look, Final Fantasy is huge, and I've said this to you before and stuff. I'm not a big Final Fantasy person. I didn't love the 7 remake. I never played the second or not going to play the
Mm,
third. Like what it is what it is, right?
I love them.
But I like something like this tickles my fancy a lot more. There's something about like look, like and I said this too in the past and to you, but the battle mechanics in 7 remake is awesome. I think it's super fun. I love what they did with that. I think it felt great. Apparently even the second one and the third one looked like it's going to be even better. Cool. Awesome. But if you're going to have a 2D game and you're going to sort of do this the Final Fantasy thing, I like this kind of gameplay. The turn-based, you got your squad or
Mhm.
whatever. Cool. And then you add this like pretty stunning looking pixel art with amazing lighting
Yeah,
and particle effects and stuff. That's enough for me. I don't care if Cloud shows up as like a character like they sort of hinted at and showed. None of that matters to me. I don't care about past characters. I just want to play a cool game. I don't care what the
yeah,
name of it is. I just want to play a cool game, right? That's like Sea of Stars. I don't know if you played that.
yeah,
Um, Similar kind of idea. It has quality of life stuff based on what some of these classic games are like this. This feels like it could be just as great. Yeah, I'm down to play this game. It looks awesome.
yeah. My brother is a huge Sea of Stars fan. He tries to get
Yeah,
me. I haven't played it. I could. He owns it. We share an online thing, so I could play
yeah,
it at
yeah,
any time. He is the RPG man. Like those are the
yeah,
games, especially JRPGs. Like I don't have the time always to do those kind of games because they're a
yeah.
commitment,
That's
right?
my problem. Yeah.
But yeah, he loves them and he was so pumped. He was not as pumped for the Final Fantasy one.
Hmm.
I seem to be more pumped for that, which kind of shocked me, but he
Hmm.
was so pumped about the Xenoblade stuff.
Yeah.
All the
That.
Xenoblade because all 3 Xenoblade games were getting Switch 2 ports,
Yes.
and, the I think they even got a little bit of extra content, at least the first one did, it got, like, vehicles or
Yeah.
something, and
Something like
then
that. Yeah.
he was, like, basically pooping his pants because they announced the next Xenoblade game, Xenoblade Genesis,
Yep.
and he was already going on a thing and he was like sending me these text messages. He's like, I don't know if it's going to be a prequel. I don't know if it's going to be a sequel. And they called me on the phone and we are talking and he's like telling me, he's like, I'm like, dude, I've literally never played Xenoblade.
Yeah. Me
Like,
neither.
I've
Me
never
neither.
played it. But he tells me all like he talks about it all the time and he tells me how much he loves it.
That's great.
And he's
That's
like,
great.
you need to play it. And I'm like, well, I have to play it from the beginning, and that's a huge time commitment. And now there's another game.
And now there's a fourth one. Yeah, that's how I feel about Kingdom Hearts, which in a similar way, I know a lot of people love them.
Yeah.
RPG fans, they look cool. I remember playing, I think a bit of the second one, maybe it could have been the
Mm,
first. I really couldn't tell you. I feel like I might like them because I like the sort of semi-active combat like
mhm.
7 Remake has. So I feel like
It's
I'd like
very
them, but I'm
similar.
not.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, I'm not gonna play the 16 iterations of 2 that they've come out with. I'm not playing 3.578 or whatever number they can like, I'm not doing that. So,
Let
tell me
me
what the
let
story is, and I'll play
yeah,
number 4.
you can't understand the story. You just can't. So let me see. I went down a Kingdom Hearts rabbit hole.
Okay,
So I want to play Kingdom Hearts 4, but I still have yet to play Kingdom Hearts 3. I played
okay,
Kingdom Hearts 1 and I beat it. And I played Kingdom Hearts 2 to probably 80% completion and I didn't finish
okay.
it. And it's just on my PlayStation. It's just waiting for me to go back to it and finish it. And I hit like a hard boss or something and I was like, man, this is pissing me off. And so I stopped and I haven't gone back to it since. But they are fun. They are very silly in like a good way.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
It is like very similar combat to the Final Fantasy VII remake and those I don't know what the first game was that they designed that combat, but it's pretty much been the same since then, which I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
was like
yeah.
the PS2 era. But
Yeah,
yeah,
isn't
it's
that when
and
the first
Cloud
ones came out? Yeah.
yeah, and Cloud is actually in Kingdom Hearts 2, which is kind of fun.
Oh, he's in
Um,
2. Oh, okay.
I'm trying to remember if Sephiroth is, but Cloud is definitely he's in like the Hercules arena. Like it's so silly. You can like fight him. But it's just like it's so cheesy because it's Disney stuff, you know, and it's very much like the power of friendship overcomes everything. And I actually am kind of shocked at Kingdom Hearts 4 because the look. And granted, my brother was trying to explain to me. He's like, "No, you don't understand what happens at the end of 3. Like, blah blah blah. They go to the real world or something, or like the Final Fantasy style, like a sort
Oh,
of
it's
like
a thing
Final
like that?
Fantasy world." I'm like,
Okay,
"Okay." He's like, "That's why
okay.
Sora looks different." And he's like, he might actually go to another world and then look more like classic Sora." I'm like, "He looks like pretty different,
Look,
like even if he's gone to a different world." But I don't know. I watched a video once trying to understand the plot of Kingdom Hearts, and it was absurd. And I tried to play through each game in the sequential series, which is this was my original point and why I was saying this. I tried to play the sequential, like chronological order of series, which is Kingdom Hearts, and then I think it's Chain of Memories, and then it goes to
oh,
2.
I have
And
no idea.
I was trying to first off, it's really hard to get the actual order of games. Like you have to go online and like dig to find which one's actually the order.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3 play like that Final Fantasy 7 sort of
Okay.
style, but
Yep.
the other ones don't. I can't speak for all of
Oh,
them, but I can tell you
what?
that the Chain of Memories is like a card like combat based game. It's weird. I did not like it. I played it
Hmm.
for like 2 seconds. Okay, longer than 2 seconds. Don't come at me. I played it for like a half hour. And, I was not getting into this at all. I was like, "This is not for me," and I quit, and I was like,
Right.
"I'm just gonna get
That's okay.
the whatever, the overview later." But I will
Yeah,
say
yeah.
that Kingdom Hearts 4 looks dope. All that being said, I will probably play it, but I'm gonna try to finish 2 and 3 before it comes out, which I probably have time considering I don't think they gave an announcement of when it's actually coming.
No, I don't think they did.
It's been,
Yeah.
like, 4 years since we see anything about this. Like, they just, like, dropped a teaser, like, 4 years ago or something
Oh, did
stupid
we
like that.
know that there was one coming? I didn't even know if we did. I don't
There was
I'm not kidding.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
a teaser, and it was just, like, Sora in, like, the city environment, and he, like,
Oh,
wakes
maybe I
up,
vaguely remember
and
that.
that
Yeah.
was it. I
So
don't think there was much to it.
I would recommend if anyone's listening or watching this to check out the Unlockables. Eric, who joined us for the Pokemon Stadium episode
Mm.
a- over just over a year ago now.
Did you go through Kingdom Hearts?
He all over King, like it's like his
Nice.
passion series and stuff. And he did a deep dive into the lore, into the characters, into all the games, all that stuff. He's got a series of episodes that are all pretty long and in depth that are basically designed around um you listening to it while you play through the games. He kind of structured it that way. And I listened to the first one, not playing the games or whatever. I was like, oh, this is really well done or whatever. So I recommend listening to that because he's done a great
Cool.
job and he's obviously very passionate about it, which always adds to it, right? So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh,
I know the
yeah,
people that love Kingdom Hearts really love Kingdom Hearts.
yes, yes.
One of my good buddies, he was like he's the one who got me to play Kingdom Hearts because he was so passionate about it. And I
Mhm.
was just like, "Gosh." And like, I listen, my favorite game is a game about a bear with a backpack with a bird inside of it
Sure,
that collects
sure.
puzzle pieces. And I thought Kingdom Hearts was absurd. It's like, what is this
Yeah, it
dialogue?
is. You know what? I'm such a sucker for Toy Story or anything Pixar. I see the Monsters Inc. characters come out, which is
I love Monsters Inc.
despite loving Toy Story so much, Monsters Inc. is my favorite movie they've ever made.
Me
And
too.
yes,
Dude,
oh my
yes.
god,
I say
I
this
have
all the
my
time. It's the best Pixar movie.
little Mikey,
Dude, yes.
my Disney Infinity Mikey. I have Sully around somewhere. I think my son was playing with it. So
Mike
um,
Wazowski's like one of the best characters.
yeah, just that duo too, like those two guys playing those characters, ugh, perfection.
I love it.
Um, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, oh, but realistically, am I gonna play a bunch of them? Probably not. I'll probably listen to Eric's thing and then play 3 and 4 or something,
I
something
thought
like that.
now so that sort of in addition to that, they delisted the cloud versions.
Yes, I saw
And
that.
yeah, and so now they have the actual, like, you can download and play the actual game, which is gotta be a huge quality bump. I've never messed with the cloud versions. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
probably okay, but this is a way better way to do it. And now they actually have 3, so you can play 1, 2, and 3 on your Switch, which sort of entices me. I might, if I don't
might be
have
the
3 on
the
my
way to do it.
PlayStation, like, I might pick
Yeah.
up 3 on Switch too, because I like playing RPGs on my Switch too. Recently, I
Mhm.
got the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD remakes,
Mhm.
and so I've been playing through Dragon Quest 1 currently, and I just finished the Final Fantasy 7 Intergrade, and I'll probably pick up Rebirth, and it's really, it's such a good, like, I may not play these RPGs if I was just at home constantly,
Right.
because
Right.
they're so long, but, like, I took it to vacation and I had time, so I sat there
And
and
it's
played an
great for that.
RPG.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
even just picking it up every once in a while, like, I'll just be laying in bed, I'll be like, "Oh, I have a half hour, like, I'm not really sleepy, I'll just play for a little bit." It's, like,
You don't
the
have to rip
perfect
through it.
platform.
You don't have to rip
Exactly.
through it. Yeah. Yeah, that's the way I would probably treat it too. I would just need to keep coming back to it. Otherwise, I will drop off and then I'll never go back. That's my
Yeah,
problem with larger games. As much as I can be into that particular game, if I don't keep some sort of consistency and whatever, I'm gonna that's it. I lose it and then I don't come back to it for years, if at all. And
yeah.
that's a me thing for sure.
No,
But
that feels like a common thing, like, you gotta sorta lock in and finish it, but I end up, like, right now, I'm bouncing between, like, 8 games. I'm
oh,
not even gonna lie, I'm
I'm
bouncing
always doing
between,
that.
Pragmata,
Yeah.
the
Yeah, I gotta
Lego.
play that. I saw you playing it.
Yeah,
I'm like, I need to play that.
yeah,
Yeah.
got it on my PC. I got the Lego Batman game on my PlayStation. I sorta,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I sorta pick my platform, and, I just kinda mess around. I'm like, "Oh, it'd be cool to play it on this, it'd be cool to play it on this." So, like, I
Sure.
got, like, Pragmata on Steam on my PC is a cool one to play in an ultra wide monitor, like, in the dark, like, kinda
Oh,
neat.
yeah, you got an ultra wide. Oh, baby.
Yeah, but then I have a giant, like, 75-inch TV in my living room, and I'm
TV.
like,
Yeah.
"I'm gonna play that with my surround sounds. I'm gonna get Lego Batman and play it out there to get, like, sort
Nice.
of the, like, Batman, like, cheesy movie experience, from it."
Yeah, sure.
And then I play the RPGs on my Switch too, so I'm, like, bouncing between everything, and I'm just life's good right now because we have so many games.
So much to
Like,
play.
I don't
There's
think
so
people
much.
understand 2026 has been an absolute banger for games, and we
Did you
got
see the
so many
list of
announcements.
games of across the board that are coming out in September and October? Between August and October,
I didn't see the
there's like
list, but I imagine.
just games that we know about and ones that are not considered indie games, which are usually what I gravitate towards for the most part, is like 40 something in like 2 months.
That's
Who
crazy.
who the hell? What the
Yeah, who has
80
time for
bucks,
that?
80 bucks, 100 bucks, 60 bucks, 100 bucks, 80 bucks. Like it's not going to happen. So I think you need to sort of pick a lane, do what you're saying where like you can have a couple going at a time, but take your time. Don't
Yeah,
rush to it. All those
yeah.
types of things. So hopefully that's what it is. There's lots to choose from. Nintendo's got lots of stuff up their sleeve. Uh Lastly, we don't have to get too far into it because let's talk some soccer, but the DK challenge thing got me excited. I think that's a cool
Dude,
idea.
yeah, me too. I
Yeah.
was like, this okay, this is I looked at that and I'm like, this is Nintendo achievements. This is
Yeah,
what we
that's what they're
needed.
I think that's what they're doing. Yeah.
But then they threw the whole caveat of like, oh, it's limited time. And I'm like,
Limited time. Yeah.
I don't care if it's limited time challenges, but we should keep this going with games.
Well, so I want to
This
know
is
more
cool.
about it. One, because the main thing I want to know is do you get to show your completions and your times and your stats or whatever with your friends list? Like, do you get to do that? Because that would be the incentive for me because I consider myself a pretty high level Donkey Kong player for the average person
Yeah.
because I've played those first three or especially the first two
And you
so
say beat
much.
my
But
challenge in country or something, like my time.
exact like something like that, or
Yeah.
just show like, hey, this is the card that I unlocked, this digital card. It has the date on it or whatever. Oh, my friend doesn't have that. Kind of like they do with Steam achievements and trophies and stuff,
Yeah.
where you're like, compare it to your friends. They didn't say that. Hopefully, there's that. But because it's a limited time, if you don't have that availability for the next, I think it's like 3 or 4 months till September, that kind of sucks. Maybe it's a test trial and they're going to do this with other games. The upside to it, though, is that it is a ton of Donkey Kong games. It's not like, oh, it's the first 3 and that's it. No,
Yeah.
there's like Game Boy ones, there's GBA one, like there's a whole bunch of different kinds.
I didn't see if there
Which
was
is and
64 represented, but that would be cool because
I'm gonna look it up then. Let me
I would
check.
definitely complete every single challenge in 64.
Oh, I know you would.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
don't think so. I think it was mostly 2D
It looked like it
games.
was a lot of Country and Bonanza is what I saw
Yeah,
specifically.
Bonanza's definitely one of them. I'm gonna have to find it.
But
Let's see
I just
here.
love the idea of this. I hope Nintendo continues
Yeah,
this trajectory. They've sort of been behind as far as like achievements because that's been an Xbox thing since the 360 days. And PlayStation adopted it on PS3
yeah,
even. It's
yeah,
a good easy thing to add. Just give you these little challenges to do to get a little bit of extra life out of your game. Like
yeah.
you
I
don't
agree.
have to do it, but I really like I did it for all the Batman games. I got all the achievements for like the Spider-Man games, God of War. I don't know if I got
I
all the
think
achievements, but
the first Spider-Man for I guess PS4 it would have been,
yeah,
is one of 2 platinums, and I actively went for that one because
yeah,
I was so close. The other one I haven't remember even what it is, and it was like, oh, I just beat the game, so it gave it to me. And
yeah,
that's it. I'm not a trophy hunter, achievement hunter person, but I do like them. It does feel good.
yeah.
It's a little extra like ping, ooh, yay, that's great.
It's like it's one of those
So
things
hard
when you
to
really
beat.
love a game, it gives a little bit
Yes,
extra life, a little bit extra purpose because you played through it. And it's sort of like bragging rights too. Be like, yeah, I got that really
it is.
hard, like get 5,000 combo, like in
Mhm.
Batman. It's cool.
So we have Bonanza, Donkey Kong Country 1, 2, and 3, Donkey Kong Junior, Donkey Kong for Game Boy, which I think is just sort of a semi remake of the first one,
Mhm.
and then the 3 Donkey Kong Land games. That's what's in it. So a
Nice.
decent amount, all
Yeah.
older, all 90s 2D stuff, but that's okay. Yeah,
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah. So we got ourselves quite a bit to play. Nintendo has set itself up at least. At least we know what is mostly coming for the rest of the year. And there's even more than what we talked about. So there's
Yeah.
lots there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you
Chili
want to talk
throws
about
for a loop.
what you just grabbed, or is that for later?
Yeah. No, I can talk about it right now. I figured I would just talk about it because it did get announced at the Xbox showcase, but I was sent by Activision this little box with
It's a
gems.
chest, sir. It's
It's a
hardly a box.
yeah, yeah,
It
sorry.
is a
This it's a
treasure
treasure
chest.
chest. And I was speculating what it is or what it was. And I thought Activision sending me a box. You see all the fun little gems in there. And I thought,
Yeah.
okay, it's definitely a new game. What is the game? And I had to sign an NDA and everything. I thought it was going to be like
Ah,
Crash Bandicoot, like a new racing game, because there are a lot of rumors about that. And then when
right,
I
right.
opened it and saw this little seal, I don't know if you can see the seal.
It's
See if it'll.
coming through as a little blue, but it's supposed to be purple, right?
Yeah, it's purple, and it's
Yeah,
purple with an S. I don't know why
with an
this camera
S.
can't focus on it. It's very cool. It's purple with an S, and yeah, open it up, and then it gives you a little note that says the dragon has returned, and group
Yeah.
of insiders, Team Spyro, like all sorts of goody stuff. I just thought that was super cool, and I'd been sitting on that information for a long time, and I had to sign an NDA, so it was very, very difficult for me not to just like announce it to the world.
Of
Uh,
course, yeah, because it's
yeah,
exciting.
a lot of people were like, "Oh
And
yeah, I've known about this for 24 hours." I'm like, "Bro, I've known it for longer than 24 hours." It's like it's killing me. I could have waited a day. I was waiting like a while.
yeah, yeah, that's great, man. That's cool. It's a really and also a very creative way to sort of
Yes,
to pass
yes,
it along. Very
it
cool.
was the
Yeah.
coolest way to announce that that was happening. Like, just
Yeah,
really
very
fun.
cool.
I
It's
hope.
not like you don't even need a copy of the game to kind of feel like they did something special, right?
Yeah,
Which is
exactly.
fun, which is nice.
I
Yeah,
thought it
yeah,
was
that's
gonna get
cool.
a like a game, and they were just gonna send me a
Right,
game, and I was
right,
gonna play it. That's sort of
right.
what happened with the Yuka Replay. Like they sent me a copy of the game, and that's cool. I like it. But when
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got the box and it was like ginormous, I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I made a video about it. Like, you see how big the
I
box was,
saw. Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was just
yeah.
like, what the heck is this?
It's a giant game.
Yeah, like, Well, I thought my first thought, it said fragile on it and everything, and I was like, "Is this like
Oh.
a statue or something?" Like, I
Oh
didn't know if
yeah,
they
that
sent
yeah,
me,
that makes sense. Yeah,
but
yeah.
so that would have been even cooler. But this was such a cool way to announce the I can't complain about this at all. I thought it was really cool.
That's right.
But
Yeah. So
I
Spyro's
was like,
back, everyone. There we go. Spyro's
"Spyro's
back.
back, and he's coming to
No,
Switch."
was not a huge Spyro person when it first came out, but I have grown to like the series. I have not played a bunch of them, but I do enjoy them.
Yeah,
So I'm excited for this. I want to see what they're doing. And Ubisoft, when they do their platformers, like Rayman Legends, as I've said in the past, is my favorite 2D platformer. Yes, over all the Mario games, even though those are fantastic. So if I take those games, Legends and Origins, as an example, and then you sort of put Spyro and mix a different sort of style into, they know what they're doing sometimes. They're not perfect like
that's
many of
right.
these larger companies, but Spyro has a pretty good track record. So there's also that too. So nice, nice. Okay,
Yeah, it's cool.
um, let's talk soccer. I feel like we had a whole direct episode, but that's fine. That doesn't matter. That's all right. Let's talk some FIFA soccer.
All right, FIFA.
Yay! FIFA. Okay, so I want to start with something that is not even directly related to the game, but also ask, are you a soccer fan? And did you grow up playing soccer? You hinted at it earlier. Any history with soccer in general? Is it something your family played, your friends, whatever, any of that stuff?
No,
Do you care that the World Cup is just a couple days away as of this episode releasing?
no,
No.
I'm not. I know nothing. I'm so ignorant about it. I
Yeah,
was just
that's
saying the
fine.
other day, I'm like, wait, is the US even a part of like the world stuff? Because I always hear other countries like really hype it up, and I was like, I don't know anybody that's obsessed with the World Cup.
Yeah, so I think it depends on your family's background for the most part. At least that's my experience.
Mm,
Being first generation Italian, it's hard to not find a bunch of people
mm,
that are into soccer. I wouldn't say there's a ton of people in my family that are diehards into soccer. I don't think my dad will watch a couple games, but he's not going to sit there and go nuts over any particular soccer game. Also, in the World Cup that is going on in 2026, Italy didn't make it, so they've fallen from grace majorly since when I was younger, and they were like one of the best teams in the world. So there's that.
mm.
But the thing is with the World Cup this year is that it is in North America, so it is in Canada, the U.S., and Mexico. Specifically here in Toronto, where I work and live close by, I am not looking forward to having the quote unquote world
Traffic,
in our city.
yeah,
The everything, dude.
everything.
Working in a newsroom and knowing a lot of how everything is being worked on and what people that work for the city or the province or the country that are part of organizing and stuff or in tangentially related to organizing things. I'm just like, everybody just wants it to be over. That is not here just to watch games. If anyone lives in the city or around it, and is not here just to cheer on their country, just wants it to be over and hasn't even started yet. So
Yeah, I was hearing some of my coworkers were talking about it today because I live in North Carolina. There was something
right.
going on that they were dealing with. I don't know what it is in North Carolina. I don't know if it was like they were having some practice matches or something,
Oh,
but
probably friendlies, as they
it was
call them.
already starting out. They're like, "Ugh."
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I've got no background. I mean,
If you don't, you
yeah,
don't. I was just
you
curious
don't.
because for me, I specifically remember 94 in 1994 being at a family friend's house and the dads and the kids, me and two other kids that were roughly the same age, them watching, I believe it was the semis or maybe it was the finals, watching Italy in the finals of the World Cup and like our dads being excited, us knowing what soccer was, but not really, obviously not
Mhm.
caring because we were less than 10 years old at that point. Like we were kids. Um, and it being a thing.
Yeah,
I never continued that. And clearly, like I said, my family hasn't really either. They'll
yeah.
watch
My
it, but
my only
yeah.
experience with soccer is kicking and screaming with Will Ferrell, and so that's about it.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie actually.
It's actually a really good movie and one of my favorites. It's
I
really
mean,
funny.
he's a good time, so I'm
Yeah,
down. He's a good time.
coach it,
So,
and they have some Italians in there. They get 2 Italian boys that are like
oh
really
really?
good at soccer. Like their whole team.
Of course they do.
So he coaches this team with his son, and it's like the bad team
Yeah,
that
of course.
they're all the rejected players, right?
Yeah,
And so they
yeah.
find like a local butcher that has like 2 Italian boys, and they get them on the team, and they're incredible at soccer, and they just like
Oh,
because
he's
of
a
them they
butcher
win
too.
everything.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
I love that.
it's really funny.
At least
My favorite part about that though is when all the little American kids are asking the Italians, they're like, "How do you say spaghetti in Italian?" And they're like, "Spaghetti." I'm like, "How do you
spaghetti.
say pizza?" "Pizza." And he's like,
La pizza.
"Italian's easy."
Amazing. No, man, now I gotta watch it. Okay.
Yeah, it's good.
Add
It's a
to the
great
list.
time.
Okay, these games, did you okay, so not even these specific games, but just like soccer games, FIFA games, you mentioned the Mario games. Did you ever play any soccer games growing up, or was it mostly like, oh, I'm gonna play the Mario one for GameCube and stuff like that? It wasn't really the sim stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just the
Yeah,
Mario sports. I didn't play. I played a couple basketball games like NBA Jam, courtside, and
sure.
on N64. Like I had a couple of
I
that. I
hope you
played a
played
lot of like
Street. I hope you
NFL
played Street.
Blitz. Like
Yeah.
there was a lot of sports games, but I never really played soccer other than
Yeah.
Mario.
Yeah.
I don't even know what other option. Maybe there's not another option. I knew
I
of
mean,
FIFA. Like
there's other sim ones, but I don't know. There was one game, I want to say it was 2002, 2006, whenever the World Cup was around that time. I guess it was 98, so it would have been 2002, maybe it was 2003, whatever year it happened in. I had a game for Xbox that was like specifically a World Cup game,
okay,
that me and my friends got, and we all got it so that we could play it together or started a season or something like that. And it wasn't like an expensive game or something. And we're like, oh, we were really into the NHL games. Let's get a soccer game. I remember that game being pretty fun and being pretty into it. Um, it's another one of those, oh, it's branded around the World Cup. So like it's you got a bunch of just like the countries playing, and that was pretty much it. So it wasn't like this really super deep thing, but I had a good time with it. And I don't know. I never really kept playing sim soccer games. That was kind of the one that stands out to me. And then I had Super Soccer for the Super Nintendo,
hmm,
um, which is kind of like, oh, all the countries play against each other. I don't remember where we got it. I'm sure my parents bought it for us or something like that. I still have the cartridge. It still works. Very different than what we played here, but that is probably the soccer game I played the most in my life, honestly, is Super
hmm,
Soccer, because I've had it since I was 6 years old or whatever, right? And it came out in like 93 or 94 or something like that. So,
hmm,
um, very 2D. You're behind your character, which is kind of
yeah.
funny. And you're kind of passing, you can't really see much and stuff. And, anyways, SNES soccer game is only so much you can do. So, how was your time with these ones? So, which ones did you play? Because there's three, like I mentioned, there's FIFA 64, there's a World Cup 98, and then there's 99.
I
Uh,
played
did you,
I played
yeah, go ahead.
I played 98 and 99.
Okay.
Ironically, I did not play the one that I own. And the reason why is because I think there is a compatibility issue with FIFA 64 and the analog 3D.
Oh,
So every time I booted the game, it would go to a black screen. And I thought, hey, this might be my cartridge. Like maybe my cartridge is busted or something. I cleaned it out. I put it back in. Didn't work. So then I got a ROM and loaded it on my EverDrive. Booted it up. Same thing. FIFA 64 would not boot on the analog. It just stayed
mine
black.
did on the EverDrive.
So that's weird because
Huh.
that's if it was just one, I'd be like, okay, that cartridge wasn't working or that ROM wasn't
Yeah.
working. But it was
Yeah. Yeah.
both, and they wouldn't boot it all. It would click it, start the game, go to black screen. And I know my
I had the
EverDrive
same
worked.
pattern every time you tried to play it.
Yes, and the EverDrive worked
Sure.
because I could literally just close out of that game and I could open FIFA 98 and that would work no problem. So I don't know.
What? That's
I did not
crazy.
feel the need to bust out my N64 to experiment with this because I mean it is just in the background, but I'd have to bring it over, wire it all in again. And
Hooks up
I was like,
differently, all these
ah,
things. Yeah,
forget
yeah,
it
yeah.
for
Yeah,
now. And I feel
yeah.
like if I was gonna miss out on one of the FIFAs, I would miss out on the first one because the first one's got to be the worst one. I'm
So
not saying it's
I
bad. I'm
I
just saying it's got to be the worst one of the three.
yeah, so I will confirm that it is
Yeah.
the worst one. Did I spend dozens of hours in the others? No, because it's a soccer game. I want to get the feel. What does it look like? What does it sound like? All these things, right? Um, it's it's so okay. Um, I initially started playing the first one because I was like, I'm going to start with this. I'm going to go in sort of quote unquote chronological order,
Yeah.
see what this feels like or whatever. Um, the default, I don't know if this was the ROM. I don't know if this is the game. Is not only is it you behind every character or every player and not the field like you're seeing right now, because this is the game. The one that you're seeing on the screen right now in our video feed is of FIFA 64.
Mhm.
This was not the default camera that started with it. And not only was this not the default camera, but the controls were the D-pad instead of the joystick. And I was
Oh,
like, this is the weirdest decision you could possibly do. And I don't know if I didn't try another ROM or I don't know. I'm assuming this is just default, but I don't
probably.
understand why that would be the choice. So my first match was completely miserable. So I was like, my fingers hurt, my thumb hurts. This view doesn't really work. I can't tell what I'm doing. This game is
Mm.
moving super sluggish. Like this game sucks. Like this could be the worst sim game ever.
Oh, man.
It was
Can
so
I ask,
bad.
d obviously, we'll talk about all of them to a capacity, but I wanted
Yeah.
to know where did the character models stand in this one versus the others? Because even the jump from 98 to 99, I felt like the models got pretty significantly better.
Yeah, I think each one was slightly better than the other one. I think 64, I think this original one, they were just trying to figure it out, maybe is what it is. And
Mm.
when I was looking up reviews, which I'll mention in just a little bit, there was a lot of comments about how this works a lot more sluggish than the PlayStation version was that came out at the time. I think it's a slightly different name. Obviously, it doesn't have 64 beside it. It was like FIFA 96 or 97 or whatever it
Mm.
was. The PlayStation one just ran better, which was a surprise at the time because not normally, but sometimes that would often be the opposite. It would be flipped. There's
Right.
concessions you make on both sides, but this was not what people would have hoped for, at least according to some reviews and stuff. So, yeah, so the character models I think get progressively better. And the jump from this to 99, which I think is the third one, I think that's the
Yeah.
last one,
Yeah.
is a huge difference. So I have gameplay of all three that I'll pull up and stuff. But once I did pull the camera back, I went to the settings, I changed the controls over all that. It was what I would have expected. It is pretty chunky. The tackling is not very good, and the shots are fine, but the game doesn't run great. And I know this is a stream, so it's a little bit laggy and doesn't look exactly how it would look when you play it, but characters don't look great. They just look like stick figures,
Mm.
and with a couple different colors on their t-shirts, and like that's kind of it. I think if you're gonna try one out, even before we talk about the other ones, I would honestly, I don't think it's worth playing this one. I don't think it's worth playing FIFA 64, sadly. If it's the only option you have, go for it, make the best of it. But as far as the way it plays and especially the way it looks, the other ones are just far superior. So,
What's
um,
interesting though in this one, even in this one, all of them, obviously, I'm a sucker for shadows actually being shadows in N64 games. Like
yeah, yeah,
that
yeah.
always makes me happy when it's not just a little circle, as was sort of standard. And even
Yep.
in this first one, it looks like your shadow is actually your shadow, which is really dope.
Yeah, they're active polygon, like real-time polygon shadows and stuff. Yeah. Yeah, they are. That's also like just a thing, like a part of the presentation of of any like sim soccer game, especially because there's the whole feel of these huge spotlights
Right?
along the corners in these massive stadiums that it's part of the like atmosphere of being at a large soccer game, especially. And if you can get that, then you have like this part of the presentation and part of sim-like feel be even better. And I think that at least they tried, at least they tried.
Yeah.
I think the one thing was
FIFA 64. At least they tried.
at least they tried. Didn't you? I think you said that about Power Rangers, isn't it? You said, "Oh no, at least you can finish it." Put it on the box. One of the reviews I read was, I think it was, if it's not this, it's very close to this, was that one of the big differences between this and the PlayStation one that came out around the same time was that there was all the stadiums are exactly the same. Like there's no different stadium. You can say, oh, it's in a different country, or oh, it's in a different place, or whatever, but they all look the same. It's
Really?
just a
Oh, that
generic
sucks.
thing. Yeah, so that kind of sucks. I don't know. I didn't really notice. I played, I don't know, 4 matches, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna move on. Try the next one. Enough about me. Which one did you gravitate towards, and how did it feel? And
Oh, 99.
99? Okay.
99 for sure.
I'm gonna call it 99 then.
I will say, well, if you want to talk about 98 first, because I
No,
started
it
with
doesn't matter.
98 because I went
Doesn't matter.
up, and
Yes.
when I you'll laugh at this, but when I played 98, I tried to just get into a match right away. So I went into the World Cup. I
Yeah.
was going in, and there's a screen right before you start the match, right? Where first off, they're throwing stats of like teams with like up there, right?
Yeah, their
And
ratings and stuff.
there's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
two
yeah.
teams where their stats are like almost maxed on everything, and then every other team is like way lower. I'm like, well, why would I pick one of the bad teams? So that's the first thing I did, and I think
It's
it was
probably like England and
I think
Argentina would be
Argentina.
my guess.
I think
Yeah.
Argentina was a good one, and so I picked that, and then I got into the thing, and then for a split second, like keep in mind, I'm just pressing start, trying to like get through all these menus because there's like
Yeah.
500 menus before you actually start the World Cup.
Yeah,
So I'm
there is.
clicking, 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 and the last one before it is one of those like pick your team, which I thought I already did, and it's like you slide
Right.
your controller over left or right. So I
Yes.
didn't do that, and I pressed start, and it let me continue. So the controller sat in the middle, did not go to either team. So it did not assign me to a team. It did nothing. So I got into the game, and all the characters were just moving around by themselves. And I'm like, where am I? And
Which one am I? Where am I?
I looked around. I'm like pressing the button, and coincidentally, like when I pressed the button, some of the characters would react. I'm like, oh, was that
Oh.
me? And then I'd try to move, and then nothing would happen. And I'd turn and be like, this sucks. What's going on? And I'm like, this can't be right. Like something's happening. I watched the game. It was like it was a solid like 5 minutes of me just trying to figure out like what's happening, where am I, how am I playing? Am I playing? Like I don't even know. And yeah, it was like watching a real soccer match though.
It was
So
like it was that, and it was almost like you were the little brother or little
yeah,
cousin,
that's exactly what
and
I
you were
thought. I
just
thought
like,
I'm the
yeah,
little
is that
brother that
me?
they're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm playing, I'm doing so good.
Ooh, was that me?
And then I got into the game, and I will say though, like look, you can see it even on this like stream with a low bit rate.
Yeah.
The quality of the
Oh,
arena, the characters, everything, the
everything.
lighting, everything got boosted. I
Yeah.
mean, it looks so much better. It like the difference is almost like an early 3D game to like a GameCube title. Like I mean, it looks like next generation. Like that's how much of a leap this feels.
Yeah, it looks like they jumped ahead 5 years as opposed to like a year and a half or 2.
Yeah,
Like it is a
exactly.
significant difference. And these are all, as far as I know, they're all EA Sports. They're probably not all made by the exact same studio. I don't think. I should double check that, but um all done, relatively quickly, I would say. Let's say sports games often are, right?
Yeah.
But massive difference. So this is World Cup 98. This is the one I played the most, but just because I started playing, I just kept going. I played like a tournament or whatever. So that's
Yeah,
why.
fair enough.
But yeah, so that's so fun. So did you end up playing it or did you just watch?
Yeah, yeah. No, no, no. I did
Okay.
go back and I figured it out
It's
and I
okay if
went
you
back.
didn't. I'm just
I
curious.
was like, oh, okay. And so I played this one. I played this one for like, I don't know, maybe like a half hour. Like I didn't play it too long. I was like, all right, I got the gist of this one. And then I was just like, I'm gonna move into 99.
Sure.
I just knew because it's the trend with sports games. that the first one's always the worst, and the latest one is usually the best because that's the one they refined the formula of everything, and it usually
Absolutely.
has the most content too.
Yeah, and I think when you have so what's interesting too about these three is that we aren't quite in the age of, at least for these games, or maybe it's just the console, but we're not quite in the age of, oh, every year there is a new game. Every year there's a Madden. Every year there's a FIFA. Every year there's an NHL. Every year there's an NBA. Like that happened sometimes, but Madden, I think, was the only one that was doing that at this time, like in the mid 90s, mid to late 90s. And then it really started hitting that stride for every sport starting in like 2000, 2001 in the next
Mm,
gen, right? Across the board, at least. I'm not saying that other sports didn't do it, but like it's interesting that there's three games. They didn't come out one year after another, and they're all an improvement over the other ones. And I think when you don't have that pressure of every single year doing this and this and this, there's differences and significant ones.
yeah.
Um, and I felt that even though I did play the middle one the most, but anyways, I thought that that was something I
Yeah.
was noticing at least when I played them.
And I don't know that I really grasped all the mechanics because I didn't do a training mode. I didn't anything. I just sort of played it free ball, if you will.
Yep.
And A was passing. You could slide and sort of hook your foot under the ball if you were good enough. What I did find, and I don't know if you could do it in this one, but in 99, I found that if you pressed down on the D-pad, or sorry, not the
Hmm.
D-pad, down C button and then up C button, you would like attack the player that you were like closest to.
Like one after the other, he would like try and actually like sock them.
Like I don't
Like
I don't know if you would punch because I would just do it, and every single time it almost looked like he headbutt him or something. Like maybe it was like a headbutt like shot, and it would like headbutt the character. But every
right. I
single
was gonna
time
say
I
maybe
did it, the
it's
ref
two
would
different
come out and
moves.
like foul me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And the first time I did it, I was like, "Wait, was that because I hit this button combination, or was that just like a fluke thing?" And I did it again, and then it happened again, and I was like, "No way!" And then I did it again, and it happened again. I did it again, and it happened again, and I confirmed that you could just press down and then up on the C buttons, and it would
And
just like
always get a
take.
card,
Yeah, you'd always get a yellow
a
flag,
yellow
and
card.
yeah, yeah, and it was hilarious.
That's
Hilarious.
so
And
funny.
and I would just watch this person like fall on the ground and I'd be like, "Oh crap, I missed it." Because it passes the ball. That's why I always wanted to see what would happen, but it would pass the ball and the camera like locks to the
Oh,
ball. So you could never see, but I would just see the opponent like fly on the ground and like roll.
right,
And then the
right.
ref comes out and I'm
That's
like, "This
so
is
funny.
great."
That's
It was
hilarious.
awesome.
Um, did you go for Argentina or whoever was the best team again?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I
Yeah,
actually
of
did go
course.
for Argentina again. I was like, "All right, I know this team. This is my
Yeah.
team now."
It's so funny that that's one of the ones that you mentioned too, because I remember in Super Soccer specifically, and I just looked this up because I have Nintendo Power pulled up where they have FIFA 64. Actually, I'm going to pull that up. There we go.
Oh, nice.
It actually shows all the other soccer games that have come out before it. So we have NES games in 87 and 90, a Game Boy game, SNES Super Soccer 1992. 1992.
And then
I always picked Argentina because their jerseys looked cool. I think I remember at the time. I don't know.
nice. Oh, what is this?
We have Mega Man
I
Soccer as well.
Oh yeah, I remember. Well, I never played it, but I
Yeah,
remember that being a thing. I was just about to say, but that
yeah.
1993 Tony
Tony
Miola
Miola's Sidekick
sidekick
Soccer.
soccer. I like the perspective.
Yeah,
It looks interesting.
yeah. That looks like it's kind of out of a Genesis or something. It kind of looks a little bit different. And then, so this is the other thing too. We haven't played these ones, and maybe we'll get to them and stuff. But International Superstar Soccer. There's a couple of those for the 64 as well. Apparently, they're even better than these.
Oh, really?
That's when I was talking about, oh, let's play soccer games. It was like these ones seem to be the ones that I don't know if it's all of them, but there's two or three as well, and apparently they are really really good. Um,
Oh, and they're made by
for whatever
Konami.
reason. Yeah, Konami game, which is kind of cool. The perspective's a little bit different on some of the camera angles, which is nice. Always just seeing something a little bit different is cool. Yeah. Anyways, sidetracked. Did you like it? Did you like FIFA 98 or 99? Did you have an okay time or?
It was fine.
Yeah.
It's I played it a little bit. I definitely played 99 more, and I was just
Yeah.
playing a couple of matches. It's not something that I would probably sit there and play. Like if I didn't do it for the podcast, I don't know that I ever would.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
just
that's
not.
fair.
I'm not a big soccer guy. If I was a big soccer guy, maybe they play, they work, the controls are fine.
They play.
If they play, well, except for FIFA 64, that one didn't play for me, but the other two did.
That's right. Actually, one of them doesn't play, apparently.
So one of them didn't play. One of them played for me, and then I played 99.
Progressively more active.
Yes.
That's hilarious. Oh, actually, here's whoops, where is it? Oh, there it is. Here's the review, the now playing section of FIFA 64 in this Nintendo Power episode. Oh no, is this a review? No, it's just the now playing. Yeah, it is. This is what they did for
It's got
reviews
like a
at this
little,
time.
I don't know what the meter is with the bars.
I think this is before they. Oh yeah, no, this. Yeah, they gave it. Oh, this one was out of 5, and before they did like the other ratings, it was like out of 10, and they had the right. This is a slightly different one. Yeah, 3.8, 3.333, low threes for
So mid.
I would actually say that the high score on graphics and sound should probably be the lowest.
For that one.
on
For the
this
first one,
particular one. Yeah,
Yeah.
on the first one at least. The other thing too, I also read in reviews was that, which does make sense at the time for sure, not a lot of variety in sound for the first two. The announcers don't have as many lines. I did like the fact that they do have an announcer, though. I didn't actually expect that. It is a very soccer thing to
Yeah.
make sure that you have someone who is commentating, whether it's just one or a color commentator as well. For sports, it's a big thing, but for soccer, there's a lot of not in between time, but like there is a lot of time to analyze where guys are standing and how this shot was and all these kinds of things. And for the most part, I noticed that it follows the play pretty well. It might not tell you the person's name or might not say exactly what is happening to a T, but on all 3 games, I noticed at least, and it got progressively better, it followed along with the play pretty well. And I appreciate things like that because I'm sure that's not easy to do, right? So,
Yeah. Yeah. And I think when you were playing a clip, I listened for a second,
wow.
and the announcer like said almost like I heard him say the same thing in the previous game and then the following game. So like
Yeah.
they must have
Yeah.
reused a lot of like the voice lines and stuff, maybe just added a little bit.
That happens a lot with these sports games too, is there's repetitive. I even noticed that I had NHL games for decades that they even repeated some stuff like phrases, and Madden does the same thing and stuff. Actually, let's hear it a little bit.
And that's flown into the roof of the net. Great goal.
Same guy, I think, for all 3.
The replay here then.
The replay.
The replay.
Quality passing.
Quality. I heard that one a lot. Quality passing.
So the score then at half-time, 2-0.
Yeah, it's not super elaborate, but that's because you're a really good passer. You're a quality passer. That's why, Jiggy.
Quality passing. That's all I could do. Bro, I sucked. I couldn't.
Yeah, did you have a hard time playing it? Was it?
I mean, I felt like the other team, like no matter what I did, would get the ball and run to the other side, and then I would get the ball and run to the other side, and then I'd shoot, and their goalie would get it, and then they'd take it, and then my goalie would get it. It was like this never-ending back and forth, like 0-0 the whole time. Like I was.
That's soccer,
man.
It's
bro.
Like the fact that it's 2-0 at halftime in this game we're watching here is actually.
It's like all I could think of was, man, this wouldn't happen if I was Donkey Kong. I'd boom, punch it right through the goalie. Like
You'd have your power shot or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Throw a big Koopa shell and knock them all over. Out of my way.
It's blue shell time.
That's right.
Um, so 98 was the one I played the most. I started playing it on the default difficulty.
Mhm.
And once I got a hold of how the game felt, how it played, I was like, okay, it's soccer. I get the fundamentals of soccer. I get positioning. I get
Mhm.
you can't just like bolt towards the net and try and shoot. That's not how you usually are successful in getting goals in games like this. And anyways, all that stuff was still in my head, and I kind of understood that fundamental stuff. Once I got the whole of that after the first match, the default difficulty in the World Cup game is way too easy. I was winning 4-1, 5-0,
Really?
3-0.
Huh.
Yeah. It was a breeze. The default to 99 is a lot more balanced, and I didn't win every game. And I thought it was a lot better. But in the World Cup one, once I got that first match under my belt, I was like, oh, all I have to do, make a couple passes, run a couple times. It doesn't look like my guys are really getting all that tired. And I could make a one decent pass and cross towards the net or on a corner kick or something. And most of the time, if I had a decent look at the net, I could score if my joystick aimed in the right spot. 99 felt better. And then when I upped the difficulty in World Cup, it was actually too hard. So it didn't quite strike that balance. I liked the way the game felt. I thought it was smooth. It was pretty good. But yeah, I still think that 99 is probably the best one. Definitely looks and sounds the best too. Which in a game that has a lot of motion is a lot about momentum at times, reaction and stuff too. Like you kind of need that. And that's kind of why I think the first one really falters, because it just feels really blocky and chunky and stuff. And
Mhm.
these games get smoother and smoother as they go on, which for me makes a huge difference. So I don't know. That's where I went
Absolutely.
with it. Yeah.
I like my favorite
Um,
move was you could do a little hop when you had the ball, and so I
I
would
did
do
that by
that.
accident
I'd
once.
be, like, running down and just, like, hop, even if nobody
Yep.
was around me, it was just, like, it felt right.
Yeah, it feels good. Um, yeah, and I think for the most part, 99 is the one that you want to go for. Again, it's just a sports game. It's just a soccer game. You probably know what you're going to expect if you've played any kind of sim-like realism type of soccer game. This is what you're going to expect, right? I just never played any of these games on the 64. I would have played one of these on PlayStation because I had a friend of mine who was a pretty big soccer fan that had one of them. I don't know which one it was. And like I said, then I played
Mhm.
a couple FIFA games, including that World Cup one, which I don't think was EA at the time. I could be wrong. Actually, they probably did, because it probably would have had to been licensed. Um,
Mm.
yeah, I think that, yeah, up until the last couple years, EA and FIFA had a license agreement, and then EA canceled it with FIFA because FIFA is corrupt as fuck. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Well,
So now it's
see,
just,
I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about soccer.
yeah.
I feel like in America, we don't talk about it. We do a lot of basketball, we do a lot of football. Football is the
Yep.
thing, which is funny
Yep.
because everyone else calls this football, but no, I mean the real football. The
No, this is the
football
real
that's
football. This is the real
no, no,
football.
no, no, no. The
Yes.
football that's called football, and it doesn't make sense why it's
And you
called football because you use
don't
your
use your foot.
hands. I've never understood this. Like, it makes so much
So,
sense that this is called
so
football.
it does.
Like,
It's
it
so
doesn't make
stupid.
sense why ours is called football, but American football, yeah, so, as a kid, I played NFL Blitz, and
Yeah. Yeah.
that was the thing. Those were the things.
Yep.
Madden.
Yep.
If I was gonna play a
It,
sports game, more likely than not, it was that, or like an NBA Jam or NBA Courtside or something. Those were fun too.
yeah.
Um,
So
but yeah.
for me, I went to early on. I had the very first NHL game for SNES. There was that, and then I had every single NHL game for every console or PC or whatever up until 2017 or something. um
Dang.
yeah, and are they all worth it? Probably not.
Mm,
But when you eventually got to GameCube and Xbox and 360 and PS3, and when there wasn't online capability, at least not at my house, because we didn't have the capability of doing it, playing it with other people, 4-player, of any sport, of any team sport, is just a shit ton of fun. So that's why we gravitated towards that. Some of those NHL games introduced like 3-on-3 hockey too. So you would have two player controlled players on each team. It was a smaller rink and then one CPU character, and it was just chaos and it was fun. And they let you do more like arcadey moves in it. It was like a completely different type of game. And then I would go and I'd play the NBA Street, FIFA Street, Blitz,
Yeah.
like you said. Those were the ones I gravitated towards. I think if you want to play, I think FIFA Street, both of them are very, very good games. If you want to play one that isn't the Mario one, which I've never played, but if you want to play
Oh,
one
really?
that, yeah, I've never played it. Yeah, well, I mean GameCube, right? Or at
Mario
least you
Mario
know,
Strikers is what it's called,
at least
and
the
it
first
is
one. Yeah,
on
I know,
NSO.
I know. I'm
And
very
it's
excited.
it's
I remembered that when I was playing this. I go, why don't I just go play that?
Dude, I went okay, so just quick little thing on that. So the Wii one was a lot of fun. I remember that being a lot of fun, but I haven't
Yes.
played that one in a long time. But I got the one for Switch, and I was excited because I remember just loving these games because they're silly.
Oh yeah, you mentioned this a little while ago. I
And
don't know if we were recording when we talked about this or not. Yeah.
I don't know, but I went back to the GameCube one because I didn't really
Yeah.
care for the Switch one. I played it. I'm like, oh, maybe I just grew out of this. Like, maybe I don't like it as much. But I went back and started playing the one on NSO just to be like, oh yeah, the GameCube one, and I had a blast. And I'm like,
Yeah.
no, it's the Switch one. It's just not as fun. I don't know what it is
So
about it, but
so
it's so much
that's
fun.
I heard a little bit about that with Mario Golf. So I was excited when that came
Yeah.
out. When the golf one came out 2-3 years ago, whatever it was. I'm gonna get that because I love the GBA and Game Boy Color ones. The 64 one's good, but it doesn't have as much going on. No
Right.
problem. But it's great. Feels good. All that stuff, right? So it's like, oh, I haven't played a Mario Golf game in a long time. I love those handheld ones that like it. And then people kind of said the same thing where it's like if you do too much with it, sometimes almost that ruins what the mystique was of the original one. And maybe that I don't know if that's the case
I
with the
don't
soccer one.
know.
I don't know if there's too much happening, but for me, the sort of less is more thing works when it comes to some sports games. You know, like
Yeah.
FIFA Street, for example, is cool because there is still some realism to how you need to control the ball in a somewhat unrealistic situation. Like you're playing in an enclosed area. There's walls. You can bounce the ball off a wall. You can do wild moves and stuff like that, but nothing really
Nice.
crazy like in Blitz and stuff happens until you have like a super meter built up or whatever. Similar to NBA Street, I guess, right? So there's like this mix between the two. And if they went like totally crazy with it, I feel like it would lose what that game really does for me. And I
Mhm.
feel like that's what they did with golf. And maybe that's partially what they did with strikers
Mm.
for the Wii one. I don't know because I haven't played them, but just reminded me of that go back to the old Mario Golfs.
Yeah. Go back to the basics. I think those GameCube ones were special too because the N64 ones were really good. And
Yeah.
those were the base. They were the baseline. And then the GameCube added just a little bit. And then everything after that sort of like we're getting into adding too much territory. I think you're right. I can't remember what it was about the Switch version, but it just wasn't as fun. The GameCube felt more like arcadey. It felt more like get in,
Right.
play a match, get out sort of a thing. And I think that's what I like about it.
I think when it comes to team sports, that's a big thing. Even with tennis could be the same thing too. Like I don't know what the new one's like, but Mario Tennis for 64 is fantastic. You know,
Yeah, it is.
and there's nothing wrong with it being, you know, somewhat bare bones. Like if it feels good and plays good, great, go from there, and that's it, right? So, anyways, the FIFA games are okay. If you have to play the original one, but for the most part, I would just say grab 99 if you get the chance. It's by
Yeah.
far the best one. So that's your safe spot. So Jiggy, look back. We have, as we were talking about the direct before, we have Zelda games coming up this year. We are going to
Yeah.
work our way to Ocarina of Time. We said we would, and we are going to continue that. We're going to sort of focus a little bit more on exactly when that's going to happen, but we'll do it this year. And we have a couple of Zelda games leading up to that we're going to play as well. One of them chosen by listeners and viewers, which was Link's Awakening. So that's going to be one of them
Yeah.
for sure. And that'll be kind of fun to sort of either play for the first time or replay. And
I'm gonna beat them all.
other than that, and we're gonna beat them all. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna try and see if we have any guests that'll join us as well, like we did with Banjo Kazooie, which would be great. And then of course, Ocarina of Time, not the remake,
Ocarina of Time,
the original. So look forward to
the
that.
OG.
And if you're listening to this before the episode comes out, we also have Harvest Moon 64 coming up as well.
Yay.
So that is going to be quite the cozy game adventure, I guess you could call it. And we'll sort of explore that. And we have a guest coming on the show as well for that. So good stuff coming up over the next couple months. Hope everyone's summer is starting off well. Jiggy look back. Mumbo May is behind us.
Indeed.
What's the alliteration for June or July? What's
Jumbo June.
J? Oh, Jumbo June.
Just the other half.
Yeah.
I've been playing some DK64 since it released on NSO.
That's right. That's great.
So I've been doing that on live stream. I played a ridiculous amount of time last Friday, and I'm gonna try and finish it this Friday. So that's 2 streams, which is pretty impressive because
that's pretty good for that game.
Yeah, and I'm trying to 101% it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I got some cool things coming up, so just stay tuned.
Nice. Of course. No, don't have to spoil it. Yeah. I've also, speaking of Donkey Kong, I've been playing Donkey Kong Country Returns HD.
Nice.
I never played Returns. I never played that game at all. I played Tropical Freeze a little bit, but not enough. As big of a Donkey Kong fan I am, I never really touched those 2 games, and I was pleasantly surprised that Dixie is in the game. I did not know that.
She just got added.
Oh, that was an ad for the HD?
That was an ad for the Switch 2 version.
I didn't know that.
They just added that. Dixie was not in it before. Yeah. That's why I want to go back to it. I have it on Switch, but I never played through it. I started playing it and then I got my Switch 2 and I was waiting for the update, and then they gave the update and added Dixie, and I'm like, okay, I'm glad I waited.
Is it like a free update or $10 or something like that? Or like what's the...
No, I'm pretty sure it's free.
Is it? Oh, okay. I mean, I got it.
Free update.
Oh yeah, it's not a Switch 2 version. It's just the Switch game. Yeah. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's not actually a Switch 2 game. Yeah. Yeah, it's great. I mean, I love more Donkey Kong. I have a couple nitpicks about what they changed and some stuff, but I'll play the whole game before I get to that and stuff. But Dixie feels good. Doesn't feel the same as in the 2D, in 2 and 3. That's fine. Doesn't have to. But it's fun. It's been pretty good so far. I've gone through 3 worlds so far. Definitely not finding everything. It's pretty tricky. They got stuff really hidden in that game. But
did you play Tropical Freeze, or did you say you're going?
I said I only played, I think, the first world. I think that was it. Maybe a little bit of the second.
People, so I haven't played through that either. I've only touched it briefly too. But people say that that's like one of the best ones. Like out of all the country games, it is one of the best ones.
Yeah, and I heard that it's very difficult. I don't find Returns to be super difficult, at least not yet. I know that usually the second half of these Donkey Kong games really ramps things up. I don't know if that stays the same for this one. So far, I've died a few times, but I also died and I have 50 something lives.
Nice.
They're just
so there's no consequence.
So there really isn't. And the checkpoint system is good. It's not like there's only one middle point in most of the levels. There's like 2 or 3 in a lot of them. But it's, again, any Donkey Kong game is great for me. 2D, love it. And it looks and sounds great because pretty much every Donkey Kong game does. So
nice.
So that's been a good time. That's pretty much it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. A happy World Cup if you're a fan.
Sure.
Canada's in it, so I'm gonna say go Canada, but they're not a very highly ranked team, and that's totally fine. That's just how it is.
Go Canada.
I will say though, you said that
or Argentina.
Argentina's in it. There you go.
Never mind. I vote for Argentina.
I don't think Argentina plays in Canada. I think they play in the States actually. I don't know if they actually, because there's different cities and different in all 3 countries.
I have no idea.
I only know this because of what I explained earlier. It's the only reason why I'm aware. But the U.S. women's team is one of the best in the world for soccer, which the Women's World Cup came to parts of Canada and the U.S. just a couple of years ago, and the U.S. team is always up there. They're always very good, so that's always cool. So the men's team's pretty decent too, but the women's is like top 5 in the world very often, which is awesome. So okay, everyone. Yep. Watch some World Cup if your heart desires, and head to the farm. Harvest Moon time, everyone. Talk to you soon.
Let's do it. Bye.
Let's do it. Bye.